Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm doing predictions live. This is a new feeling. I have to not waffle too much, because I'm known for waffling, and I've got a chat to read now. But we're gonna do predictions live on stream. Literally, North America Swiss stage just ended. I've already got crazy blocks in chat telling me to pick random stuff. But this is what main event looks like, assuming that Velocity is closing this match out. He did. Okay. Uh, moving into the matches, we've got a fun opening quadrant. We got Virtus Pro, who went 3-0 through the Swiss stage. They're facing Immigrants round one. This is the position that Gen G got upset in last event. I don't see it happening. I'm giving it to Virtus Pro 3-0. They definitely stabilized, lost in the double elim, but beat Space Station, and then went 3-0 through the Swiss stage. So a little bit more trust to place in them this event. NRG Gen G, highlight of round one. I mean, we're all going to be here Friday, 1 p.m., ready to watch this match. There is a non-zero chance that Gen G wins this. And I know that's crazy, but NRG is known for starting slowly. And if they start too slowly, I'm getting cyberbullied by my chat to pick Gen G. I see 1 vote for NRG, 2 votes for Gen G. I don't know, man. I feel like the fact that NRG is going to know they're facing Gen G gives them time to prepare. Let's make it fun. Let's make it heartbreaking. Food versus Next to New. I like Next to New a lot. They're getting shafted here. They went to round 5. Foot went 3-0 as well. They looked very comfortable doing so. Fellas and Lob. LOB. Let's pull up the Liquipedia real fast. And this is where I'm going to edit this part out, just so we're all on the same page. Thankfully, they don't show us the access team. Okay, it still has the top 32 players since we just started here, but LOB, let's scroll down to them. That's Oath, Adam, and Hockey. They're facing off against Fellas. I like this Fellas squad a lot. They went 3-1. They looked a lot more solid this Swiss stage. I'm being told to do 3-1, so I'm going to continue on my pattern predicting everything 3-1 because it's the classic fence sitter score line. Over to Group B. Dignitas, Kraken, Seas. Kraken, I've been kind of hyping them up all night, and then they beat M80 to eliminate them. Yeah, speaking of, no M80. They went 1-3 during Swiss. That's kind of crazy. Eliminated by Kraken, Seas. So props to them for getting that win. I'll give it a challenge. Dig would make this interesting for no reason. Space Station versus Strictly Biz. This one could catch out Space Station, but Business did take a round 1 loss to a team not as well known as Space Station Gaming. Well, Space Station lost to Virtus Pro in round 1. That's what I'm referencing. This should be going Space Station's way. I'll give Strictly Business the 1. I feel like we would drop 1. I do respect everyone in the chat only predicting 3-1s. You guys know how this rolls. Rebellion versus No Dope. No Dope looks pretty solid. I think they would have had to go round 5 if they're in this position. But they avoided getting reverse swept. I'm pretty sure they started out 2-0. We're going to give this a... I'm being told 3-0, so I'm going to give it a 3-0. And then 1 versus Southampton Academy. This match literally just ended. They cleaned it up. 1 looked really solid during the bracket. They took a Game 5 overtime loss against Dignitas. That's it. I liked how they looked last event. I'm being told 1-5. All right, everyone seems to say 1-5. I think it'll be in less than 5. But when the chat's here, you got to go with them. Over to Group A again. Virtus Pro NRG. This could be a lot of fun. It is hard to doubt the form NRG is in right now. And I'm going to give it a 3-0. Might be harsh, but Virtus really struggled last event. I know they didn't struggle this main event, but it's NRG. And I think NRG is going to be hungry. They just lost the last event. Food versus Fellas. Couldn't ask for a better matchup here if you Foot. Honestly, you're looking at a nice top 6. I like Andy, so I'll give it 3-2. But should... Actually, no, you're right. Foot's been killing it. Why am I giving teams games against Foot? Immigrants Gen... Does it happen again, guys? We saw this last event. Does Immigrants take down Gen G for a second time? Can we please? Dude, I mean, if it wasn't the exact same matchup, I wouldn't predict it. Either way, if we're talking seriously for Gen G, I mean, Frosty freestyle and stuff. No, I think if we're being serious, I think it does go to Gen G. Um, just because I also want to set up this fellas match. This is a route for Gen G to make top 8, and it could really happen here. I don't know. Everyone in chat is saying to go with immigrants. So let's spice it up. Let's make it fun. It's not impossible. If you tell me it's impossible, I'm putting it the last event. Next to new versus Lob. This should go to next to new. I think this is a very solid squad still. And yeah, they just get bracketed by Foot. And they're going to get bracketed by Virtus next. Should be fun. Immigrants have to be grinding harder than Gen G. Oh, no. Dignitas Space Station. Highlight match of this round. I want to hope that SSG have their Dignitas problem figured out. And truthfully, we should. And Dignitas struggled last main event. I shouldn't be biased in predicting the main event defending winners to win this matchup. So I'm going to do it. Rebellion versus 1. I know I got Raphael in the chat. He wants 1 to win this. I would love to see it. Rebellion is getting blessed with these brackets. And I respect 1 a decent amount. But Zach is a king and savior. Oh my goodness. But I have to back the fact that Rebellion has made everything look comfortable so far this split up until the point where they face some good competition. Actually, that's not true. They got taken to 7 by next new, but they're still winning these matches. So, no, I'm not predicting a sweep. I respect 1 too much. Kraken sees Strictly business. I feel bad for Kraken because this is a match they probably lose. Strictly is really actually solid. I'll give it 3-2 because Strictly did struggle in the Swiss, and Kraken had a tough draw and still did very well. And then No Dope versus Southampton, I'm giving this 3-0 to No Dope. I was surprised this team didn't make main event last time. They went 2-0 to start. I think I mentioned that earlier. And then went through in 5. I like them here. They're going to win this match. And then 1 versus Strictly Biz. I interviewed Royalis this last week. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Fun interview. But he was talking about the teams that he thinks he could beat. And he was saying that, anyone on this level, he thinks they're very capable of beating. Strictly Business was one of the teams he mentioned. That they looked a lot better in Swiss. I mean, it's not just bias that's going to make me say this. It's given a 3-1. And then Dignitas versus No Dope. This is a crash out opportunity for Dignitas, but it's a lot. I think it's a lot less of a crash out opportunity than 1 was. I think 1 was a lot better able to take them. I don't know. They were able to do it. I just don't see No Dope doing the same thing as 1 did. Yeah, that's a scary game 4 win. And then the playoffs. Wait, no, I haven't finished Group A. I'm stupid. Oh my gosh. Guys, can you tell it's 11:35 p.m. with how quiet I'm being and how sore my voice is? And I'm dying. Fellas immigrants. This would be great, especially if, I think fellas could make a top 8. I think they looked pretty solid this event. I would love to see it. I'm predicting them. I back Andy. I've rated Andy for a long time. He's got Jazzy and Sai now on his team. I'm being disagreed with in the chat, but I'm sticking with it. Andy's due for at least 1 top 8 per season. But I got to stop with the fence sitter score line. I'm predicting so many games. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. You get a 3-1. Okay. Guess what we're predicting here? Virtus Pro next to new. This can't be one where Virtus Pro gets slipped up. I feel bad for next to new. They get bracketed again. They're probably around a top 8 team in North America. They've just gotten some very difficult brackets. Next to new and 4 is bold. Okay. Lower brackets. Dignitas Fellas. Andy versus Old Org. We've got to still go Dignitas here. 4-0. I'm not going to fence it too much. Dignitas should be the better team. I don't know what went wrong with them last event. I don't know what went wrong with them in double Elib losing that matchup. They swept the Swiss stage. They swept NRG. Hopefully there's no question marks. There's also a difficult pull if you're 1 facing off against Virtus Pro. I don't see you doing this. I'll give you the 1 game because it's in your name and you're due for at least 1. but we're gonna give it to you. Should be taking that one home. NRG Rebellion. So this was a brutal sweep in the group stage, and then I thought it was going to be a brutal sweep again until suddenly Rebellion looked like they were about to reverse sweep, and then nothing ever happens. So you have to predict NRG. I if it feels almost like it's a sweep or a 7. Or you know what? We're overdue for some Neo Tokyo in our lives. Something crazy happens on Neo Tokyo. Then Foot versus SSG. That went to Neo Tokyo last time. I feel like Space Station should be stronger. I'm going to give them the 4-1 win. Foot Virtus Pro. This sets up so well. We'll start with Rebellion Dignitas, actually, because this should be going to Rebellion. I'm going to give Dignitas that close series that they played a lot of in Split 1, but can't get the job done. But give it to Rebellion here. This is like for land. Like, this is massive. Virtus Pro went out 9th through 12th last event. Foot in a great position. This is a must win if you're Virtus Pro looking to make land. Because if you let Foot win this, they grow even further ahead. And so in order to keep the land conversation interesting, we got to be giving it to Virtus Pro. Game 7. We'll look at the points rankings for the split afterwards, but Virtus have to be taking this against Foot. Otherwise, your major spots are basically decided after Open 2. If you have the same top 4, it's going to be brutal. Space Station Rebellion. I understand Space Station just came off winning an event. I'm not going to predict. I'm actually going to predict Rebellion here. It's going to be heartbreaking. It'll be close. I would love to see us go back to back, and if we do, I'm never going to shut up about it. But you know what? I was called too biased in my last predictions for North America. I want to point that out. I wasn't biased enough. You know, we ended up winning the event. But yeah, SSG losing 7, heartbreaking fashion. It gives us something to be hungry for Open 6, to say the least. And then NRG versus Virtus Pro. You could rematch theory this match, but it was a sweep. Do we do it? Do we just completely predict the Virtus Pro bounce back? You know what? It's late night. I'm going off the rails. Who cares about the game plan? Who's going to stop me? Who's going to stop me? Is chat going to stop me? You guys going to stop me? I don't think they're going to stop me. You could call me crazy. This could happen. We've already seen Virtus Pro take down NRG once. They're looking hungry. This is a must win. I don't know. This is a must win. What would the points ranking look? Oh, that feels so bad for Foot. That feels so bad for Foot if this happens. You won't get your cookie. Dude, I got my Thin Mints right here, man. We're doing fine. It would be mega interesting if NRG didn't make this final. No, that's Aura. You know what? It would make it so entertaining. We would have 4 different regional winners in North America. 3-way tie for second, actually. Oh my gosh, it is. That'd be scenes. I think Shop in 7 realistically. Dude, Virtus. I mean, Shop had Virtus on lock this last event. If we calm down and think about this a little bit more. Myth has already taken a screenshot of that, so I think I have to stick with it eventually. But if we calm down and think about this a bit more, it probably goes to NRG. And then this definitely goes to NRG, because, come on. And then this is how the rankings would look. So that would not be a bad position for Foot. But let's be so for real. We got to keep it. We stuck with it, you know. Have the fun with it. So, yeah, we'll keep it. Predictions. I don't know. It's fun. If this pans out, great. But in reality, it's a lot of these matches matter a lot more than at least what we get here. I could predict the same exact thing over and over and over again, and eventually I'll get it right because it's predictable. But sometimes there's going to be some unpredictable stuff, and I would love to see the Virtus Pro bounce back. So might as well. Let's see if it pans out. But thank you all for watching. Shout out to the channel members. I don't know where the channel members are going to be. Where are the channel members going to be? I'm going to put them right next to chat right here. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to the chat and everyone who tuned in tonight. Thank you all for watching. Catch you guys next time.